Ignition sequence start. Astronauts report it feels good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Rocketbook live stream. We're all remote, and as always, I'm joined by Rocketbook co-founders Joe LeMay and Jake Epstein. Just patch them in real quick.
Hello. Hello. From outer
What's up, Jake?
space. Joe, is Joe having technical difficulties already? Hello.
Joe, come in, Joe.
Oh, hey, this is a setup I've got for really boring Zooms.
Oh, man. That's a great pro tip already. Perfect.
Hopefully we don't have a boring Zoom today. We've got a whole bunch going on. We're celebrating the new Rocketbook Flip launching, which you can purchase now on GetRocketbook.com and on Amazon. We're going to give a quick overview of our new product. We have a guest artist in studio, and as always, we'll be fielding questions from our users.
Yeah, psyched to be here.
All right.
Talk about the Flip and the sketch bundle. We actually have two things to talk about today because we have essentially two different versions of a product.
Yeah, and it's great to be on this new format in this new situation under still somewhat quarantine here. But that's not stopping us from coming out with new products and launching them into the stratosphere. So this one we're talking about today is the Rocketbook Flip. This is one that, man, this came from a ton of feedback from users who gave us all of these things that they wanted to see in a Rocketbook. And we put it together in what we call the Rocketbook Flip. Jake, we want to start talking about some of the cool features of the Rocketbook Flip?
Sure, we call it Flip for a couple of reasons. First of all, you can do this. Flip your pages right back. It's got a top turn binding, which is great for a few reasons that we're going to talk about. But really the best part, and another reason that we call it the Flip, is because it's great for multi-format note-taking. So it has college ruled lines printed on the front, and then the back of the pages are actually printed with a dot grid. So you can flip back and forth, pun intended, between different formats. So if you want to make diagrams, flow charts, and then flip back and take some handwritten text notes as well. And then, of course, the Rocketbook app, scan in your pages, and they all come together in a single PDF. You can instantly blast them online.
All right.
I love it. And of course, it's always using our reusable Rocketbook paper, reusable when used with any pen in the Pilot friction line that you can get from just about any store that sells pens.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, the standard Flip comes with a pen, a Pilot friction clicker pen, and the sketch bundle, which is actually also a Flip, but printed with blank white pages, and comes with a 10-pack of Pilot friction color sticks. Joe, you were an early adopter on the color sticks. Tell us why you were so crazy about them.
I'll tell you why I love these color sticks. They write so smooth, you can't believe it. They kind of last a lot longer than all of the others in the friction line too, I gotta say, because they have a big ink reservoir in them. And the colors are just so vibrant. They just pop, especially when you get to scan them in with the Rocketbook app and you want some colorful scans coming your way. Boom, it's beautiful. So this is the 10-pack that comes with the sketch bundle. Perfect for those who are creative or have some artistry and want to capture amazing creative sketches, etc. That's why we called it the sketch. And it's also the first Rocketbook that has completely blank pages.
And just a really bright white background for all of your drawings with the color sticks. And so the one that comes with the sketch bundle, blank white pages. Then of course the other Flip has the industry standard college ruled on the front and the industry standard Epstein dot grid, as we call it, on the back, which is perfect for those multi.
Excuse me.
I'm talking about the Epstein dot grid on the back, which is great for making diagrams as well as annotating it with text.
Jake, it's the dot. This is a team effort. All the features have been developed by the team. Some have had more influence in some features than others. To go ahead and name a feature after yourself is a bit arrogant. I'm gonna have to pull back on that.
First of all, I did not name it. I did not name the epstein.grid after myself. That's just like what people are calling it. And
Jake Epstein says no, he did not name. So okay, all right.
I feel like you're diminishing the usefulness of it, Joe, because it's
no. I think it's a fantastic. The dot grid is amazing, as is all of the features in the Rocketbook product. But you don't hear me go around calling it like the LeMay 7-symbol system in the bottom, right?
You see, you're calling it the dot grid, but it's a special dot grid. It's not standard dot grid. It's the Epstein dot grid, which sets it apart from dot grid. So you're just not calling it a descriptive term.
I don't want to cut you guys off.
It's not like some.
Peter, can we move on?
Peter,
as great as your illustrations are, Jake, I think that it may be better served if we patch in our guest artist, who's actually been taking advantage of those color sticks to use the new Rocketbook Flip artist pack to draw something that I think would be really cool. So if we could bring in our artist, Danny, are you there?
Oh, check that out.
Us. We're like, it's great.
That is one of the most handsome pieces of notebook content I've seen in a while.
It's it's great.
I don't want to knock your drawing skills, Jake, but this is pretty top-notch stuff here.
Joe, so, this could be the front cover of our album.
we'll have to tune back into that later.
What kind of 80s cover band from hell was this?
It's awesome. Yeah, well, let's keep checking back in. Check out the progress. I love it, though. Thank you, Jamie.
As always, we have, of course, been asking our users to submit questions all over social media so we can get to as many of those as possible today. The first one that I'm seeing coming in right now is from Sandra on Twitter, and she is saying that she's so excited that we're finally making a notebook for lefties. This is going to be amazing.
The lefty thing again, man. You know, I love the top turn binding for so many reasons. It does make it more accessible for me, but it's been one of the top requests by lefties is for us to put a binding on the top. And I mean, I kind of get, Joe, do you fully understand the whole value to lefty thing?
I don't, I'm a righty. I love the flip from a righty's point of view. I don't really completely understand why a lefty has been asking for this top turn notebook for a while. Do we
Peter,
have
are you a lefty?
anyone who is a lefty?
I am not a lefty, but I think we can patch in someone who is.
I mean, we can get Dylan, see if can you get Kyler Bryant on here, our head of operations?
Oh, hey guys.
Hey Kyler.
How's it going? You're looking good.
Hey.
Thanks for joining in an impromptu fashion.
Good to be here. Happy to join.
All right, Kyler, who is a lefty? Can you please tell us why a top turn binding is so valuable for lefties and why they've been asking for it?
Yes. I'd be happy to. I'm glad you asked. If I can speak as a lefty in a righty's world for a moment, the top turn binding is it's really a game changer. The regular notebook, if you will, with the side, assuming you're the sort of person that writes from left to right, which I am, you start a line and immediately your hand is bumping into that binding, and you've got to work around it. Now this may seem a little.
Can you like hold one up and just loosely demonstrate how you write? I know it's with your left hand.
Challenge here, but yeah. See, so if I had a binding right here, I'd be bumping into it. And I honestly, this is such a common way to bind notebooks. I never really thought much about it, but then I took a step back. I looked at my notes and I realized I was always starting them way off to the edge. So I wasn't even giving myself that luxury of starting a nice clean line on the left without even realizing it. I'm writing these random little boxes off on the right side. And then to make that seem more normal, I'm like writing at angles on the bottom, and like my notes are just all over the place. And a nice top turn binding, that's frankly, it's a game changer. Now that's the real upside for me. But the fact that we've got the two different page patterns, we've got the the lines on the front and the Epstein dot grid on the back. It's just
I told you, Joe. Did you hear that?
I think anyway.
Yeah. Kyler, what did you call Kyler and tee the first of all,
That's
Kyler?
Just what we're calling it.
As seeing a lefty use a notebook, it's like watching an alien life form. But second, Don't just like slip in the Epstein like dot grid there. Like we're done with that. It's
No,
just
I
dot
thought
grid.
that's what
Okay.
it was called, right? Isn't that what people are calling it?
If I
That's
see
what
that
people
up
are
on
calling
our
it, Joe.
website or on Amazon listings, there's heads are gonna roll.
That's just what people are saying, man. It's not, don't
just
blame it on, just don't blame it on Kyler. I feel like that's unfair.
Well, I hope I could help you guys.
Thank you, Kyler. Yes, that was
Let's keep
actually,
moving.
that was illuminating. I do get it. The lefty hand drags over the binding. Now I understand it.
We have a few more questions that'd be great to get to. One from James on LinkedIn in particular. Will the flip still be erasable like the core and the fusion?
Yes.
Oh, of course.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Just
Great
use
question,
it with
James.
any pen from the pilot friction line. Of course, the sketch come with the vibrantly colored color sticks, but any pen whatsoever, and the standard flip comes with one black pen as well. And write on it, it dries after a couple seconds, and then as soon as you're ready to reuse that page, just add a little dab of water with the microfiber towel we have to use to dry it off, and boom, endlessly reusable. It's still a paper notebook, but endlessly reusable.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, we have another question from Megan on Facebook who wants to know if it will come in a line format or in the patented Epstein grid format. It's really catching on.
It's a thing now. It's a thing.
Leaving.
And it is a proprietary page pattern. And I just think Joe's diminishing the value of it a little bit.
I think that
Are we on the other line, LeMay lines?
It's college ruled lines. It's an industry term, and the other industry term is Epstein grid.
Okay.
I didn't make it up. What do we have next, Peter?
Well, as we know, I think that the notebook is coming in the flipped format, so it'll include both the dot grid and the line pages. I think this might actually be better served if we patched in Nicole, who she's way out of Hollywood, and I think she has a little bit of an interesting use case for this.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hey, Nicole.
Hey.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us
Yeah.
in Hollywood.
I know.
What's it like there?
Weather's great.
For the flip, huh?
Yes, I love my flip. I have it right here. I've been using it a ton for my writing because I'm an aspiring writer and screenwriter, and it's been so great using both the lines and the dots for all the different use cases I have. So I have some examples. So right here I have like a sketch brainstorm for this comedy sketch I'm working on where I can just get all my ideas out. And then once I flip it over, I can start kind of putting it out in a visual format, getting in my head what the camera angles are going to look like, what I want the different shots to look like. I can still take my notes. And then when I'm ready, I can start.
Great use of Rocket.grid format. I'm sorry to interrupt, but great use of Rocket.grid format on that one side. Let's see how you use the line.
Yeah, where you put together graphics as well as writing. It really is what the Epstein grid was invented for.
Yeah, so I have right here like my ideas for an opening shot, and when I'm ready, I can just flip it over and I can start screenwriting. I've got my smart titles up here, so this is going to be page 1, and then I can keep going. I can just get all the ideas out, and then later once I've scanned and kept it all in, I can put it into my screenwriting software and go from there. And I even have this one shot that I was able to do on more of a horizontal thing. Where I really wanted to get the visual components across. And what's so great about this too is that once I scan everything in, I can send it to my producers and my directors, and I can just get them. Oh, it's going to show up. There we go.
There it is. Awesome.
So I've got this great clean scan, and I can send it to my director and my producers and say, this is what I've got. What do you think? And they can mark it right back up right from, if they have any photo editing software like Preview or Photoshop or anything, they can mark it up and send it back to me and say, oh, I'm thinking this, or what are we going to do about this, so I can get notes in real time.
It's so cool. So and it really is such a great example of an application for the flip. So you're writing script and probably describing some scenes, and then flipping it over and storyboarding using smart titles, which I love that touch. Scan it with the app, bring it all together, and then you have one big PDF that has everything together. That's It is good. Good example. It's great.
Yeah.
Great application.
It's great. I think for all creatives out there, our time has come.
Awesome. Thank you,
All right,
Nicole. And
guys.
for those watching live, don't forget that you can get your own Rocketbook Flip right now from GetRocketbook.com or from our store on Amazon. So if you're creative out there, we have the notebook for you.
Good plug, Peter. Good plug.
Check back in on our user questions. Casey from Instagram wants to know that if they're using the blank flip, what's the best way to share any art I create?
Oh, love this question. Use the Rocketbook app to scan in your notes, capture them, and send those pieces of art or those notes. In the case of art, we like to send them out maybe to Instagram, send them via iMessage to Grammy. If you lend a book to my kid, they like to draw some drawings and draw something and write a note to Grammys, because we can't really see each other these days in person, and so but having a personal touch by way of a drawing that she gets instantly via her instant message is really a sweet way to show her some love. Those are some of the ways that we like to share artwork coming from our family. What do you think, Jake?
Yeah, well, then, of course, just for an artist who's looking to just expand their portfolio of artwork, it's perfect to scan in the notebook or one page at a time, send them to your Google Drive or your Dropbox. And what the app does is it uses some image enhancement to auto crop and color pop your drawing out, and then send it right to a file online. So you can save everything, obviously, before you blow it away, and then share it over time as well. So it's really two different use cases. As well as you can make animated GIFs if you want to create sort of a work in progress animation and post that to online or share it. So good question. Good question.
Speaking of works in progress, let's take a look back at our in-house artist, Danny, and see how his art is coming along.
Oh, looks awesome. Wow. Great work, Danny.
The use of color there is wild.
This is totally rock and roll. I love it. I love it. We're gonna have to, Joe. We'll have to get a digital copy from Danny from his app, and then print them out and put it on our wall.
Hey, can someone grab that and post it up on Instagram today?
I think we'll be able to get that done.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. It's really impressive.
Awesome.
I wish I could draw like that. In preparation for this, I drew a whole bunch of stars on my flip. So that's all I could do. That's all I could do. Big stars, different colored ones, but stars. Did you draw anything, Joe?
Stars and dots, maybe. You're good at it.
Yeah, it's good.
Awesome. Kristen on Facebook. We have another message coming in from Kristen on Facebook, and she wants to know what sizes will be available for the flip.
Oh, that's a good question. I forgot to cover that. So we have executive size, and we have our letter size. So you can see that. There you go.
And they come in a multitude of colors. Check it out at GetRocketbook.com or Amazon.com to see what colors are available. And choose
again,
the one that's best for you.
And again, the sketch bundle. Joe has the packaged color sticks. Joe, show that. So that's the sketch bundle comes with the package of 10 vibrant color sticks, as well as a flip with blank pages, and then the standard flip comes with a black friction pen.
Oh, we have another pretty interesting question from Victor on Facebook, who wants to know: is the flip basically just a big version of the Rocketbook Mini?
It's a good question. No, it is a larger notebook with a top turn binding, but there's a few things that set it apart. First of all, as Joe mentioned, is the first notebook that we're offering with blank pages. Like I said, that's contained in the sketch bundle. But the other things that are going on inside the flip is that college ruled lines on one side. Probably can't see it too good on my screen. Maybe Dylan can sort of overlay a digital. But college ruled lines on one side, Epstein dot grid on the back. So that's perfect for your multi-format note-taking. But then the last thing, and this is really important, is that because the flip is designed for larger format note-taking as well as artwork, We included the 7 symbols on the bottom so you can really control the internet with your pen. When you mark a symbol on the bottom, the app computer vision sees that and instantly blasts your notes or your drawings wherever you want and set up inside the app. The mini doesn't, for space reasons, doesn't have the 7 symbols on the bottom, so you have to do it through the app. So it's really those few main differences, aside from the size.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. I think that's all the time we're going to have for user questions for the day. If there's anything else we're going to get to.
Well, this has been super exciting. Thank you for hosting,
Thank you,
Peter.
everybody. Thanks for joining our live.
Hold on. Before we wrap, let's get a look at that final drawing from Danny. We'll be posting that on Instagram after as well.
Oh, yeah. This is
That's
awesome.
the look.
That's awesome.
This is really coming along. Whoa.
That's awesome. I need a copy of that. It's amazing. Hey, Father's Day is coming up, just saying. Yeah, this is great. Nice work hosting, Peter. Thank you everyone who jumped in, Nicole, Kyler. This is
awesome. Thanks, Rocketbook fans, for joining our party here. And go to getrocketbook.com. Follow us on Instagram. Go to amazon.com and check out the Rocketbook Flip and the Rocketbook Flip sketch bundle as well.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for joining.
That's a wrap.
Bye.